Good morning, family. I'm paying the price for last night, y'all. I am sincerely paying the price for last night. This is going to be quick. I'm not even going to record to the end. I'm tired as hell, and I knew I was going to be tired as hell. If you guys watched my IG receipts video last night, that shit was hilarious. I'm sorry. That shit was hilarious. I am convinced that he has a mental illness problem, and I'm speaking about Manny, okay? Something is not right, okay? A screw is loose. A couple of screws is loose. I just couldn't get over. And the water thing with the dog, okay, it's hot. I can understand you splashing the dog with the water, but then I'm telling you, that poor baby, that poor dog, something's not right. I don't know whose dog that is, if that's his dog, but somebody called the, what are they called? The ASPCA, you know, the animal protection people. I mean, it's just freaking crazy. But anyway, nobody's safe around that guy, okay? I don't know. This is becoming a real reality TV show, shit show to me. Love and Hip Hop in the Bronx or something. It just, every day is something new. I mean, the Bodega's not going to open, then it's going to open I heard in the winter, then it's open like 2 days after the protests. 1 minute I don't want it to be a bodega, now I don't care, let it be a bodega. This is just a little bit too much for me, and it's starting to, you know, it already has affected my sleep and all this other stuff. But it's just, I'm sorry, y'all. I may have, you know, I love a good reality TV show, but this is really ridiculous. And we're losing sight on what this really, I hate when this camera just goes blurry. We're losing sight on what we all are here for. A lot of us met, all of us met, because you didn't know me before June 20th. Before I posted that first video, you guys did not know who the heck I was. You weren't watching my Dollar Tree hauls, but that's okay, because that's how YouTube works. If you don't have a lot of subscribers and you're not getting a lot of views, they put your content, like if somebody was to go on YouTube and put Dollar Tree haul, you really see the more popular videos and the more popular people with the most subscribers first. So I'm not mad at y'all, okay? But I was content doing my Dollar Tree hauls, really. I was thinking about getting into more wig reviews and stuff like that, because that's what I'm about. And somehow I got caught up in this junior shit. And I don't mean junior shit like that, but this case. I got caught up in this case. Okay, let me clear that up, because people take what you say so literally. It's really difficult doing these videos, and I shared that with Jay, and he agrees. Sometimes in my mind, I have so much that I want to say to you guys, and I think I say one thing and out the mouth comes another. Like when he went to the bodega, he gave him a free bottle of water. When I did my video, I said soda. I didn't see no damn soda, but that's what came out, because it's just not that easy. And until you start doing your channel, you don't know what the hell. I forgot to put the powder. This is just, let's blame it on the lack of sleep. It's just not that easy. I want to clear up something, and I don't mind being corrected in the comments, because sometimes it's hard. You get people misunderstand what you say, or when you go to say something. So I can see how when Leandre does those videos, it's easy to get tripped up. When I said yesterday that I have to accept that this happened and that it was God's will, I said it the wrong way, okay? I was raised in a church, and sometimes it's easy to misunderstand something. My mother is an evangelist. My grandmother was a pastor. A lot of my family are still in the church, okay? God doesn't come to kill. He comes to give life. The enemy comes to kill and destroy. Okay? When I talked to my mom about why do Like when you see a 2-year-old drown, somebody who wants a baby so badly, they go through their entire pregnancy and the baby's stillborn. Like, why does that stuff happen? You know what I mean? Because what she said to me, because she knows I'm following this case, she went to a Bible scripture, and I don't want to make this about religion, so please, guys, I can't help how I was raised and what I believe, and likewise, I respect your beliefs. So this is not about, let's not make this, you know, religion, and don't hold me to everything. Like I said, this is how I believe, so I'm going to try to express it better so you understand. I remember growing up in church hearing that scripture, children, obey your parents, that your days may be long, okay? Because we wonder why some of these youth are getting cut down. And not every youth that dies prematurely. When we say prematurely, you don't think of a 12-year-old, a 10-year-old, a baby drowning, or you don't think of them as old enough to they're not supposed to die, basically. You know, you're not supposed to bury your child. Your child should bury you. Okay? She said when Adam sinned in the Garden of Eden, he brought the curse. And we're all born in sin. That's why Jesus came. And when you accept Jesus Christ, you're born again. But being born in sin, that's why, that's the curse. So you could have a child born with cancer, and that seems so cruel. Sometimes kids pay for their parents' sins. Sometimes it's generational curses and stuff like that. But what I meant when I said I have to accept that this was God's will, I may have expressed it. I expressed it the wrong way. Okay? But what I'm trying to say is I believe before somebody is born, right? God knows what choices we're going to make. God knows what paths we're going to take before we even pass it. So I believe before a person is even on this earth, when they're born, he already knows our ending, regardless of how our ending came here, regardless if we never accepted him and the enemy came in and snuffed us out early. God knew that before we even got here. That's what I meant to say. So this was going to happen. I hope that clears it up for people that might not have liked that comment, but that's all the time I'm going to spend on that. Like I said, I don't want to make this a religion video. Regardless of what I believe, what you believe, the young man is not here anymore. He's gone. He's gone. And I'm not saying, just move on with your life. And when I said bring closure, I mean, it's just what makes it worse. And closure might not be a good word, Somebody said there's no such thing as closure. What doesn't help with dealing with this, let me say it like that, is that we don't know what the hell happened to him. I'm sorry. And I don't know if we'll ever know what happened to them. There's a lot of unanswered questions. I seen something on Facebook that makes me even question a lot of things, And now there's a lot coming out about Junior. And let's be clear, most of us don't live in the Bronx. Some of us live in other states, other countries, okay? I have people that live in other countries watching this case. We don't know. We don't know. I wasn't there. You wasn't there. The only people that were there that night was God and those people that witnessed the attack and the killers who went there with the intent to kill. So a lot of us are giving our opinions. It doesn't make us right. It doesn't make us wrong. But we don't know what happened. So people, if a person who knew Junior, right? Young people who knew Junior, people who lived in that area are saying that Junior wasn't innocent or Junior wasn't squeaky clean. I know it might be hard to accept. I know it may be hard to accept because he's the victim in all of this. And when people come after the victim, they do it all the time. In the Trayvon Martin story, they tried to say, because he was suspended. And because He took a Facebook picture holding up a middle finger, and that he smoked weed. He still did not deserve to die. Okay, that boy went to the store to get some Skittles and whatever else, and he was on his way trying to go back to his father's house. And he was killed by this wannabe fucking cop that was pursuing him because of the color of his skin. Let's put it out there. He was racist. That area in Sanford, Florida was known to be very racist. KKK territory. And regardless if that boy smoked weed every damn day, all day, around the clock, he still did not deserve to die. But they came after him. They came after him. I don't know if you guys have been watching the Paramount Network and following that documentary. I'm telling you, it brings me back. And I was watching the second episode last night before the shenanigans started. And it is similar with the... Well, it exceeded this case. I mean, we're all into it. Different people from different states, countries, yada, 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 are following Junior's story. But Trayvon Martin became a movement. I forgot how many people showed up. He had 30,000 people at a rally, 20,000 people at a rally. That Bodega rally the other night, that wasn't nothing. First of all, it was more people on Jay's Live, somebody said, than at that Bodega protest on Monday night. So it does not compare in comparison to the amount of news coverage Trayvon Martin case got, to the amount of people that showed up. And guess what? That man still walked away because a jury of his peers found him not guilty. With all the evidence, with all, like, he was talking to his friend on the phone and said, a man is following me. They still assassinated his character. They tried to do it to the Nia Wilson by showing a picture of her holding a gun, and it wasn't even a real gun. It was a cell phone case. Remember they came out with that stupid case that would look like a gun that held your phone? Like, we don't have enough kids getting shot by the cops because they thought they had a gun. I said all that to say this. People are now starting to say different things about Junior. I don't know what their motive is. I don't know why they weren't saying these things initially. But it is coming out more and more that he was not an angel. And that he might have started to hang out with the wrong people and be involved. And guys, you're not going to like it. But I told you I'm not going to be censored. And if you're offended, I'm sorry. But I have to look at everything that I'm seeing. Okay? I don't have the facts. I was not there. I do not know that kid. I don't know friends of the kid. But from things that I am seeing with my own two eyes, it might have been. And I'm a mother who had teenage boys, and I know the boys will flip on you. My boys were angels up underneath me, very loving, very obedient. I didn't have problems. You might have got an occasional call from a teacher or something like that, or they didn't want to clean their room, but I didn't have problems with my boys till they became teenagers, seriously. And they start to see the world and think they know more than you know, and they're easily influenced, and then they have the peer pressure. My thing is, that attack looked too personal, okay? And I feel like I'm starting to become Leandre, repeating myself over and over again, okay? I don't know how much longer this, this can go on. Because it looked too personal. And if you look at the text messages of Genesis' boyfriend, whether it's her boyfriend now or her ex-boyfriend, I really don't care, but even Leandre called him one time and said, you're taking too long. And he answered, and he said, I'm coming back. Jason ate the $5 or whatever, the food, and I'm walking back home now, okay? Then she fell asleep. And then Genesis' ex-boyfriend or boyfriend who lives with them called him like, yo, where you at? And he told him to go to sleep then. That was his last text message. He said, well, I'm coming, but if you can go to sleep. So obviously he was doing more than giving Jason the $5, okay? He wanted to get out of that house that night. So whether Jason was an excuse to get out the house, or he wanted to get out the house that night. Okay, so he can go see people and stuff like that. I don't know what's going to come out on trial, guys. And then somebody else told me that Leandre, before the attack happened, was downstairs at the Bodega. Somebody seen her, she was laughing. Some people even said she wasn't even home, she was at a club. I can't say that, because the woman said in several interviews that she was home in the bed, and Junior came to her and said, "Mommy, Jason wants $5. Okay? And she was in the bed, and she said, "Junior, this late?" And he said, "I'll take him I'll take him the $5, Mommy. You sure, Junior?" "Yeah, I'll take it to him." So she told that story. I don't believe she was at the club. Again, I don't know. It's just so many different versions of the story where it's just becoming, to me, a shit show. Sorry. It's becoming a shit show. Because you don't know what's the truth anymore. So many different versions. Regardless, I stand by what I said. It does not matter what Junior did. He did not deserve to be murdered like that. Can I see, you know, and he has such a baby face, and like I said, people form their opinion. I think for most people, their opinion was formed when we were given the story that this innocent kid who wanted to be a police officer, always obedient to his mother, always up underneath his mother. I even heard he was an honor student. I don't know the facts. I'm just telling you. Somebody told me last night he wasn't no honor student. I don't know. Okay. Did I see him at parties? Yes. But to be honest, I thought, you know, this was family parties. Some people like to, some families like to party. And I have a good friend. She's Italian, and her family, they're very family oriented, and they do a lot of things together. A lot. They drink, party together. They have their family dinners together. So to be honest with you, when I seen the pictures of Juniors at those parties, I thought it was family there. Because he, you know, 15, you wouldn't think he'd be at parties. I know me. I was only allowed to go to 2 house parties. And guess what? Had he dropped me off and had he picked me up just when the party was starting. So I didn't have that kind of freedom. I did not have that kind of freedom. But I still found a way, like I shared with you guys, to sneak here and there. When kids want to do something, they're going to do it, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. When kids want to do something, they are going to do it. And it's a lot of peer pressure. I would not want to be raising teenagers. Please, my prayers are with you for those who have young kids. Because this generation, it's not easy. And even with my adult children, you can't tell them nothing. If y'all remember my last week video, I was interrupted. My son was having problems with his car. I think I even had to stop recording early. And it was his alternator. And I have a jumper box, which I got to remember to get it back from him, because I'll never see it again. I'm going to do that right after this video. Jumped the car and told him to go. We live real close to, thank God, a tire shop and a mechanic. Several mechanics we live real close to, okay? Got the car jumped and told him go straight to the mechanic. Well, why I had to stop recording this particular morning was because he didn't do what I said. He gonna get on the parkway. And the Southern State Parkway is restricted, first of all. I pay for roadside assistance for our cars on the insurance, so you save money on tolls. You don't have to worry, right? And Southern State Parkway, you can't just bring any tow on the parkway. You have to use their tow company, pay out of pocket for your car, and my insurance company will send me a check to get reimbursed. That boy decides he's going to go on the parkway and try to make it like 25 miles to take his girlfriend somewhere. He calls me and tells me he's around the corner, because I live close, right off the parkway. I love the location of my house. I'm close to everything. So I'm looking. I don't see him. Then I go, and I said, is that him on the Parkway entrance? Thank God he was just on the entrance, that he was able to get off, because the towing service would not have been able to get to him because it's a restricted parkway. I was so mad. The kids don't listen. I say all that, y'all, because the kids don't listen. He was supposed to take his ass straight to the mechanic shop, not be trying to take his girlfriend 25 miles down the road with my grandson in the hot car. And then still lie to my face when he got caught. Oh, I was taking him to get something to eat, trying to pull at my heartstrings because he knows my chunker, you know, can get away with murder. Oh, he was hungry. You were not going to buy any food. The food was on the way to the mechanic shop. So these kids, and he's grown. Well, he's 22. Not grown, but you have your own son, so, you know, you doing man activities. So these kids don't listen, so we don't know what Junior was doing behind his mother's back. So when she says my son was a good kid, she probably really could believe that or not be aware. Okay, she doesn't speak English that well, so who knows? He could be on social media saying whatever, and she just did not know. And somebody on the live last night, you know, Jay gave me a shout out, you know, saying how great I am. Which, I'm just a normal person like y'all. I just chose to express myself with this platform that we all have. So I appreciate it, Jay. Thank you. Somebody's going to say, well, Erica, I think the name was Beautiful or some crap. I don't know the name. And if you're watching, you know, you tick me off. So I'm just going to tell you like it is. Well, Erica criticized Genesis for having a live-in boyfriend without knowing all the facts. And are you squeaky clean? Yes, in the eyes of the Lord, I'm a married woman and I am living right. Okay? And no, I'm not squeaky clean, but my opinion is a 17-year-old girl should not be having a live-in boyfriend with her. I'm sorry. That's my opinion. And I told you, I'm not going to be censored on my channel. Now, if you would allow your 17-year-old girlfriend, who was still in high school, to have her boyfriend move in, that's your business. I don't pay bills in your house, and I don't care. Now, somebody showed me pictures of Genesis with Jason from 5 years ago, hugged up. And she was only 12 at the time. That's a little hot. I'm sorry. That's a little hot. You know? So you got me all messed up. Whatever. I mean, again, that's my opinion, y'all. If y'all let y'all girl's boyfriend move in or stay there, spend the night, I can't tell people what to do in their own house. It's just crazy. And where Genesis fits in this, I don't know. Taking Junior to parties, I mean, I think she's taking a lot of heat for that, but as a mother, if your son's not home and it's late at night, where do you think he is? How was he at those parties? Like I said, to be honest, when I seen the videos on IG of him at parties and dancing, I thought it was family affairs. Because it doesn't necessarily, you know, like I said, I know families in certain cultures, they stick together. They're very family oriented. So I thought it was a family party, to be honest with you. But I know me, myself personally, I had older sisters. It's 7 years between me and my middle sister. And then it's 9 years between me and my older sister. I would use them as an excuse. So yes, I was able to go to parties with them. Because Hattie wasn't trying to hear that. So I was doing the same thing. Because that was my only way to go to a party. Like I told you. If Hattie dropped you off, you getting picked up when the party just getting started. Like I said, guys, I don't know these people. All I know is what I see. And just because I don't agree with what they're doing does not make them right or wrong. Just certain things I think I would do differently. Okay? like I showed you guys in the IG receipts. I don't know if Leandre knows that these videos and these pictures, I don't know if she knows that these people are posting them. Some of these pages, I don't even think these people know her. I think these are fan pages. Okay, people that, like me, who care about this case or got interested in this case, and they created pages. I don't know if Leandre even knows half these people. I don't know what pages are real. I don't know what pages are fake. I don't. Do you? I don't know what I'm so tired, y'all. I can't. The live tonight. Every other Friday, my husband's work hours change. So tonight he's going in later. So we're going to have to do the live a little later because I have to make sure this man eats. I have to love him and I have to give him attention. He sent me a message this morning. Did you get any sleep? I seen your video last night. So, you know, I don't need problems, y'all. I don't need problems. So if we could do the live, and I don't know, Jay usually goes live at after 10. If we could do, I know hubby's going to be taking a nap before he has to get up and go to work. So if we could all do the live tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern time, if you're interested, do the Friday night Keep It Real. Yeah, if we could do it at 9 p.m. I just gotta and then next Friday we could do it earlier. That would be really great. Oh, today's not Friday. Today's Thursday, but still, tomorrow. Tomorrow night at 9 p.m. if we could do the live then. And then most likely Jay will have a live. I don't know if he's going to do this every night. It's not easy, guys, to talk about this every day. It's not. And there's so much other crap going on in the world at the same damn time. Ruben had sent me some links on my Facebook page. It was the Nia Wilson funeral, I think was yesterday. And this other young lady, 10 years old, who these goons just got out of her car and just started opening fire. And she was at the pool and I think getting ice cream. And she was shot, 10 years old. It was her funeral too. It's just too much. It really is too much. It is. That's why I'm really not a news person, y'all. I really don't even, you know. I know people say stay woke, and it just begins to get to be too much. What am I wearing today? It begins to be too much. So we just don't know. It's a different, you know, we all could say different things. But I told you guys people were going to shop at that bodega. I was surprised because the news, and I know one minute I say I hate the news, and the next minute I'm telling you what the news people said, but it's like they don't even have the accurate stories. They were saying that the bodega was going to open, and I'm going to find that video. I seen it. It was going to open in the winter or something. I don't know. It wasn't going to open now, but it opened. And that was just a test Monday because they didn't have the I'm sure, I guarantee you guys, if 1,000 people would have showed up, even 1,000, and that's really not a lot of people for a protest. It sounds like a lot, but he's had more people at other protests where you can't even see the street. All you see is a sea of people. If there would have been more people, I'm sorry, I think they wouldn't have opened so soon. But because they seen it was just a handful of people, they said, oh, the community doesn't mind. And then you see her interview when she's saying he can do it. He has the license. He has the money. He can do it. Let him open. So they're probably like, you know, because regardless, a tragedy happened there, guys. But realistically, in the business world, life goes on. I told you guys about healthcare. It's more about the dollar than it is the patient. And those taxes still got to be paid on that building. The mortgage, if she has a mortgage, still got to be paid on that building. And they're losing money. So I'm sorry. In the business world, life has to go on. But I still say, with all that money that the city said they were going to give, that they're never going to see. The city could have purchased that space. Buy her out. Why couldn't the city buy her out? I mean, you got 18 million, 19 million, or whatever. Why didn't they buy that space? Y'all could call me a negative Nancy. Y'all could call me, you know, but y'all gonna see. Y'all will see. Told you people gonna shop there. I told you there will be no community center. That money's not making it to the community. Just maybe they might have a couple of summer camps or whatever like that. I don't even believe that, y'all. I just don't. Because it could have happened already. And you could say, well, Erica, people are more aware now. This tragedy has brought more awareness. Do you really believe that? Look how fast they opened that bodega back. Look how fast they done went from 19 million to 18 million. The story was put out there for us, but they want you to forget. Now they want you to forget. Because they're not talking about it that much anymore. The news coverage is going to get less and less. It might pick back up around the trial time. Maybe the drama, like I said last night, all of this drama seems like a distraction. Maybe the drama is what the strategy is to keep the story out there. Because it's losing its steam, guys. It is. It's losing its steam. Look at the Kanika Johnson story. It was a sensation. There's still people who's still covering it. YouTube. Just like Junior's story. Who's still talking about it? YouTube. And like I said, Pix 11 was there. They were there for the street naming. Okay, that's news. They showed up because it was supposed to be a protest. And if it wasn't those scandals with the fundraiser, okay? The drama is what's keeping the story going, guys. I'm sorry. The drama is what's keeping the story going. Manny with his shenanigans. After I posted my YouTube video, he did a video with a mattress in the street, where he said it's when you see a mattress in the street, you could take a bump, a nice wrestling bump. I don't even know what the hell that meant. I don't know if he knew what it meant. I don't know. And it was late at night, y'all. It's like 1 something in the morning. He's in the streets. So I think the drama is what's keeping this story alive. And it's sad. And I don't think people want the truth. I'm sorry. I don't think people want the truth. I'm giving you guys my takes. Like I said, I don't have the facts. So I just have my opinion and my thoughts from what I see, from what I observe. And the facts, you want, who you going to get the facts from? Only God knows. The killer knows. Junior knows. Who are you getting the facts from? Please tell me. Please tell me who you're getting the facts from. Because some people that said they were his friends, you look on their social media, same thing with the family. If that was your best friend, How come before June 20th I don't see no pictures? I'm sorry. If I have friends, if I'm involved with somebody, but that's Erica. So I see you posting pictures with other friends. Why you don't have Junior's picture there? Everybody wants the attention and everybody wants the fame after the fact. And it was nice that Manny, you know, he said his mother wanted him to confront that Muhammad dude. First of all, why was he on the corner like that? He really brought the attention to himself by showing up on Monday night with a suit. And now you in the hood in your urban wear and standing on the corner with that guy that had the hat with the street sign on it. I'm telling y'all, that had me cracking up. I had to show you guys that. I know you have access and you could have seen it, but I had to share it with you guys because I was cracking up. I was literally cracking up. Running up on him, and you had your boy with you that could speak English, and then Muhammad had his boy with him that could speak Spanish. And who was that girl? And guess what, y'all? I shared in private message with people that this guy even has a foundation for Jose Velez, the young man who was shot in the car with his girlfriend. They even have a justice for Jose Velez. So this is a hustle, y'all. This is a real hustle. But the sad thing is that he's not getting anything from that because nobody's talking about that story. That's sad. That really is the sad part. Crooks, man. But Manny was hype. Y'all seen him with the jersey and the fitted on. And he's taping. His boy met him. I'm telling y'all, it's a reality TV show. And it's not funny, but it's funny. I had to laugh. I'm sorry. And the thing with the dog, like... telling y'all, it's a distraction. It's distracting us away from the fact that this young man was killed and we don't know what the hell is going on. And I showed y'all just a snippet of his life. After he had the confrontation, he went back to Leandre's house, and Leandre got on the camera and she was showing a business card. And someone on the live last night said, well, she has a lawyer. She showed the business card. First of all, I have a lot of business cards, y'all. Okay? Just because you have business cards don't mean that you hired that person to perform a service. Okay? I really feel if that woman had a lawyer, I said I wasn't going to do the whole thing. You know, look at me. I don't even know what the hell's going on. If she had a lawyer, he would have been around. I'm sorry. I think, I don't think she has one yet. I don't think she has one. I think that was just to say in front of that Mohammed guy, hey, I got my lawyer, so leave me alone. And for the other vultures, she said it on TV, my lawyer, because maybe filled off the other vultures. But I just think if she had a lawyer, he would have been around. Where is he? I don't think she has one, y'all. Not yet. But not yet. That's just my opinion, y'all. Oh, God, girl. I never used to wear lipstick. I always used to wear just a clear gloss. Yeah, I don't think Leandre has a lawyer. But it's nice that Manny defended his mother for once. I wish he would have been there Monday. There's just no excuse to me. And apparently they're saying that he sent her money into her bank account and she wanted to give the money back. I think it was $100, but he sent it in different increments. of 20, 25, or something like that. But my thing was, how he get your routing number? You can't just send people money, but then they saying that he sent it during PayPal. And did y'all hear when he said, Manny, remember when I was with you, you were there, your mother was there? Manny was like, no, I don't remember that. Oh, God. A real shit show. The things people will do, the scams people come up with. And it's sad. If you go to the Facebook page, when it speaks of it was called the Justice for Juniors. Meaning, and it has, honestly, reading that, you would think it was legit. I don't know if any of you ever went to the Facebook page to read their, like, mission statement or what the foundation was going to be about. And it's sad because something like that is needed. Something like that is needed, guys. Because, unfortunately, there have been other juniors since June 20th. And unfortunately, there are going to be more. So you really do need a foundation that's going to give the kids an alternative to that lifestyle. And if Junior, let's just keep it real, all right? A lot of people are, excuse me, I don't want to say a lot of people are having a difficulty keeping it real. I think that when the truth comes out, let's hope if it ever comes out, some people are going to be disappointed. Regardless of what comes out, it still did not warrant him being murdered like that. But I forgot what I was going to say, y'all. Let me think for a second. Oh, a foundation like that is needed because the young people, for whatever reason, I don't know what makes somebody who comes from a good home go down that wrong path. Well, I kind of do. These kids, once they get up a certain age, I don't know what happens to them. They think they know everything. They don't need to listen to their mother and fathers who've been on the earth longer than them, who's been through similar stuff. I don't know why they start listening to friends more than their parents who've been with them from day one, who love them, who want nothing but the best for them, who want to protect them. I don't know what happens in a teenager's brain. I was a teenager too. I don't know what happens. You just think you know everything. I really can't explain what happens, but it didn't look like Junior wanted for anything. Okay? I don't know what makes a youth join a gang. Do they join a gang for protection? Because they're being picked on or bullied in school? I think we need to start asking those questions. Because not everybody who goes down a wrong path was brought up in that kind of household. Or I have a friend I shared with you guys. Her mother was a crackhead. She never touched drugs or alcohol a day in her life. She went on to become a nurse. She furthered her nursing education. She got married. She had kids. She's just a sweet all-around person. And from the environment she was brought up in, she didn't let that define her who she is, or say, you know, because my mother was a crackhead, I'm going to be a crackhead. She went on to do amazing things. And then you have somebody else who, the mother's an alcoholic, the son's an alcoholic, the son's son is an alcoholic. And then it just goes from generation to generation. I don't know what makes a child who did not have that environment, but we really don't know what was going on in their house. We really don't. I think everybody has in there that image. It's hard to accept. It was hard to accept for me that my kids were doing certain things. I'm sorry, it was hard. It was hard. And I'm not saying that was the case, and I'm not saying, so please, 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 not today, because I'm not in the mood. I have a lack of sleep. And I'm not in the mood. But we just need to be realistic. And we need to look at things from every angle. We say we're invested in this case. We want to know what happened to this boy. You can't just look at it one-sided, y'all. You can't. I'm sorry. We have to look at it both ways. And that's pretty much how I live my life. I try to find out when something happens. I try to look at it both ways. Shit. Okay? So, when you're working, trying to pay the bills, she was working full time. She worked at the hospital. You know, trying to have a life for herself. I'm not sure if she was dating anybody. There's a picture with her, Junior, and this gentleman in a hot tub. I don't know who he is. It could be her brother. I don't know if that was a romantic interest. So when you're raising your kids, I got divorced when my son, my youngest was, I think, 17, and my oldest was going on 19 from their father. And I told you guys that I jumped right into the relationship with the narc. So here it is. I'm going through my divorce. I got teenagers. And I guess how I dealt with my divorce is I wanted to fill that void. Because I'd never been alone. You got to understand. I left my house. I got married at 18. I had my first son at 18. I never was alone. I never was alone. I didn't know how to be alone. Okay? And when you're vulnerable, you're easy prey for the predators. And that's what I was. I was easy prey for the predators. So, you know, Leandra was separated from Junior's father. Junior's getting older. On top of working full-time, holding down the household, having a life for yourself. Could things fall through the cracks? Could she have missed certain signs? Yes, it's possible. Come on, let's be real, people. We're parents too. And if anybody want to act like they're perfect, come on. I'm not perfect. I know for a fact I made some mistakes when I got out of my marriage. I made some mistakes in my marriage. When I say that, I wish I had the confidence and the knowledge that I have now. You know what I mean? I wish I had the courage to leave sooner. Sometimes you just have to know when to walk away. You know what I mean? And not be afraid of being alone, or not being afraid of starting over. You know, I was a people pleaser. I told you guys all that. But coming out of my marriage, jumping in that relationship, that was a very important time in my kid's life. You know what I mean? And something that my son told me recently, because we talk, and I always had that open relationship with my kids. Tell me anything. You know, don't be afraid to talk to me and tell me anything. I wasn't restrictive on them like my mother was with me. I shared that with you guys before. To be honest, my kids didn't have a curfew. If there was a party they wanted to go to, because their father was very active in the community, and again, we didn't live in that kind of area, so that's a big difference also. He knew all the kids in the community and stuff like that. People would tell him things if they seen my boys doing something. Much different area, and also much different times. Believe it or not, it wasn't that bad then. Would I have allowed that if I lived in Leandra's area? I don't think so. No. And I can't judge that woman to see why she didn't leave that area, you know. But that was important to me as a parent, where my kids lived and what school they went to. But like I told you guys before, not everybody has those options. And regardless, people should still be safe. Okay? So I'm not going to blame that woman for living in that area. She lived there 17 years. But my son shared with me that the divorce ripped them apart. And I honestly, I didn't think so. I hung in there as long as I could because I wanted them to be older and stuff like that. Also, the reason why I didn't get out of my marriage soon is because I wanted them to have that life. You know what I mean? And wanting to give them that life, I suffered. I'm getting off topic, y'all. Why the hell are we talking about this? And this is already 50 minutes into the video. We just don't know, guys. And, you know, we just don't know. We don't know what happened. We don't know what he was getting into. We just don't know. We don't know. And we could have a million different scenarios. Why she let him out. Why she didn't. We just don't know. She could have been in the dark. Working full time. Trying to provide. Trying to give him everything he wants. And she could have missed shit. Because I didn't know my son was smoking weed. His father knew and didn't tell me. I didn't know when they lost virginity. I was busy working. I was hustling. Doing double shifts. Trying to provide. So let me know about the live for tomorrow if 9 o'clock works for everybody as opposed to 6. Friday night, keep it real. And I'm gonna go get myself together, start my day. And thank you for watching. Always sorry to keep y'all so long. Have a good day.